This is the Simulation Football League, presented by 8 p.m. Music, live on Twitch. The defending champs, Baltimore, are looking to continue their hot start to the young season. They have traveled down south to sunny Fort Worth, Texas for their first ever contest with the hometown Toros, who will be looking to snag their first win in 7 games. Welcome into the Stockyards. I'm Tyler Falk. Thank you for joining us this Saturday evening. It's business as usual for the Vultures as they are 2-0 coming into tonight's fixture. They have yet to have a losing season on franchise history. Meanwhile, for Fort Worth, they've been on the losing end of 2 back-to-back nail-biting finishes. I'd now like to welcome in Nate Hall into the broadcast booth. Tell me, Nate, what is the one thing that has to happen tonight for either team to come away with a victory here in Week 3?
Well, first of all, Tyler, good evening, and hopefully you're doing well this evening. But as far as Fort Worth, I think they just need to keep doing what they're doing on offense. Their young rookie quarterback has been playing lights out the last couple of weeks, aside from a few of the interceptions he's thrown, coming into the game with 6 touchdowns and 3 picks. But their defense has to step up and start making some stops. As far as Baltimore, they just got to keep doing what they're doing and come out with the win.
Baltimore starting off the season to, well, a good note's probably the least of their concerns. First in overall passing yards a game on the offense, first in overall touchdowns. Fort Worth, however, is kind of close behind him in that category, the touchdown category, second in the league with 6 themselves. So should be 2, I wouldn't say evenly matched offenses, but an upstart offense from Fort Worth, finding more consistency from seasons past as we are just about to get underway here from the Stockyards here in Fort Worth, Texas. The Toros will kick us off, begin the football game, and we are underway. Baltimore will start their return from about a yard deep in their own end zone, and taking it out is Giovanni Bolt. Bolt is going to get up to about the 25-yard line before he's stopped, and on comes Jack Wigmore, the quarterback for Baltimore.
Yeah, Jack Wigmore coming out at quarterback last week. Did a really good job, and on the season so far, he's number 1 in overall yards passing, coming in with 7 touchdowns as well, and has thrown 4 picks, however.
Start out 4 wide. Wigmore goes over the middle. That is caught for a pick of about 9 yards to Lloyd Graham Jr., and we'll introduce you to the entire Baltimore Vulture offense. Jack Wigmore is the man under center with Jimmy Hazard and T. Roy Gaines at the halfback and fullback, respectively. Ivory Irvin, Daley Holder, and Mac Chima are the wideouts with Lloyd Graham Jr. and JMS, John Michael Sudduth at tight end. A heavy look now here for Baltimore. Wigmore, 2-step drop, looks outside. That is caught for first down yardage to JMS. Michael Sudduth turns the corner and gets all the way down to the 40-yard line.
What catches me right away here, Tyler, is that they're looking at their tight ends on the first 2 plays here. First, the first 9-yard gain goes to Lloyd Graham Jr., second one to the rookie Sudduth, getting their tight ends going early in this ball game. So we'll have to see if that continues on the rest of this drive.
2 tight ends set out on the last play. They now bring out all 3 here in the goal line set. Hand up the middle for Hazard. He is stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and that'll give us time to introduce you to the Toros defense. Jeff Duffy, Joey Schwitt, Gary D. Gunn, who made the tackle, and Jabril Curse are the defensive linemen. J.L. Browning, E.K. Vincent, and Golden Dino are the linebackers. Adam Leach, Aiden Davis, Nacho Sicario the corners, with Blake Prine, Blake Bernstein, and Delaney Nash at safety. 2 tight ends near side, 1 wide receiver out to the top. Handoff in that direction for Hazard. Hazard is going to have a little bit of trouble and find some space there on the far side, and then is stopped after a pick of about 7 yards.
Yeah, following his blockers on that right side over there, picking up a good 7 yards to set up a 3rd and short. That's what this Baltimore squad does on offense. They just chip at you until they get the first down and keep moving the ball down the field until they score.
3rd and 3, Hazard to the near side. He finds a hole, picks up the first down before he's shouldered to the turf by Prine, and they're on the opposite side of the 50.
And just like that, like you said, on the opposite side of the 50, 2 handoffs on the road to Hazard. Hazard trying to find his footing early in this ball game. Struggled a little bit, though. Only comes in with 67 total yards in his first 2 games and only 1 score. So a little bit of a slow start, but he's looking to gain traction in this game.
About 12 yards here early on in the first quarter. Wigmore to throw. Pressure coming, and he goes down. Joey Schwitt came through the middle and was nearly untouched as he takes down Wigmore for a loss of 6.
Joey Schwitt making an early introduction to the quarterback Jack Wigmore in that backfield. Says, how do you do? I'll be seeing you later and often in this ball game. Sit down, young man. 2nd and long.
Offset eye behind Wigmore. Wigmore to throw. Over the middle, it's tipped, and it's an athletic play from Prine as he forces that one to the turf, and it brings up 3rd and long.
Blake Prine in his 3rd season coming up with a big PD right there. Set up a 3rd and huge here to try to convert for the first down for this Baltimore offense. Couldn't come away with a pick there, but did just enough to knock that one down, making it complete.
Defense for the Toros has been a hallmark of their early franchise history as Wigmore spreads the field with 5 wide receivers. Deep ball over the middle into coverage, and it is caught for a gain of about 20 yards. Incredible catch into double coverage, Mac Chima.
How did Chima come away with that ball? It looked like he was surrounded by 2 or 3 different Toros right there. Number 41 was right there ready to bat that one away, Delaney Nash, but he just couldn't get a hand on that one. Finds the receiver there, and it's a big first down to continue this drive.
Now from the 33 of Fort Worth, Wigmore lowering the gun again, this time with only 4 wide receivers. Trip to the right. Wigmore pumps in that direction, waits a little bit, then goes directly over the middle, and at least 3 Toros defensemen had their mitts on it at one point. E.K. Vincent, more than likely the man with the first touch on the ball.
Yeah, E.K. Vincent was right there to make sure that ball didn't find the target. Able to bat that one away. A little bit of a stone hands play right there, but did just enough to break that pass up to make it 2nd and long.
On the 33-yard line again here on 2nd down. Wigmore changing up the play call. It's back to pass, steps up, and it's a great deflection. That is incredible athleticism from Jeff Duffy. If you can't get to the quarterback, just put your arms up, and that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what they coach you to do.
Yeah, that's what they teach you to do. The defensive coordinators practice that drill all week, I'm sure. Jeff Duffy doing what he's told. If you can't get to the quarterback, just put your hands up, knock it down, and make it a 3rd and long here. Great job by him to make sure that fell incomplete.
Another 3rd and long here for Baltimore. They're currently 2-2 on the opening drive. 5 wide receivers set again, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. 3-2 dime package from Fort Worth. Wigmore, the throw, deep, far side, caught, open grass in front of him, and he's gonna waltz into the end zone. It's Matt Chima with 2 big 3rd down catches on the drive. That one leads to a league-leading 4th touchdown reception on the season.
You see it right there on the replay. Mac Chima just burned that defender right there on his route. That's going to be Adam Leach trying to cover him. Mac Chima just burned him on his route and was able to come away comfortably with that reception and easy jog in for that touchdown to do the rest, to take an early 7-0 lead, pinning this extra point.
Tarkenton onto the field to try and tack home the extra point for the visiting Vultures. Snap spot, kick is up, and it's smooth through the uprights for Shark Tarkington, 7-0 as Baltimore fire the opening salvo. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL. We put the fan in fantasy. And Tarkington puts his boot through the ball as the return will start from right around the goal line. Nice little juke and moving out to the far side of the 25. Maybe a little bit more north and south was needed instead of a little bit more east and west from Cade Stevens, but it results in a 26-yard return. And on comes rookie quarterback sensation Johnny Reno.
Reno is ready to come out here and try to answer that early score by Baltimore. That last drive by Baltimore did a good job of seeing the mix of the run and the pass. Let's see if he can command his troops to do the same kind of thing on this drive.
Weak guy formation here for the Toros. They go to the weak side. Good running room for Jason Williams to pick up the first down. A nice opening run for the Toros.
11 yards on his first touch. Coming into this game with 194 yards on the ground this season and a 1 touchdown that he has to his record so far. But coming away with a nice 11-yard gain on his first carry. That's the way to make sure your average starts off great here in this game.
Three wide receivers, a tight end flex to the left side of your picture. You hand off to Williams near size. He struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage. He eventually does as we introduce you to the Toros offense. Reno the quarterback, Jason Williams, J.Z. Bacon, and Aaron Alexander are the backs. Cade Stevens, Charlie Baker, Mike Twinscrew, and Stephen Hacker are the wideouts, with Robert Garrett Jr. at the tight end spot. Handoff, near side, crunched in the backfield for the second straight play. Williams is brought down by Nate Brown.
Yeah, Nate Brown coming away with a big TFL right there. It was Al Walker making that stop on the previous play for no gain, but Nate Brown making sure he doesn't even get up to the line of scrimmage on that play to set up a 3rd and long here.
Bump coverage for all the DBs on each and every individual wide receiver. Reno over the middle on the all slants pattern. It's a yard short of the sticks. Pass was caught by Garrett Jr. And on comes the punting unit for the Toros.
Yeah, the Cowboy finds himself getting his first reception of this game. Just unfortunately not enough to get that first down. If it was a normal 10-yard to go play, maybe it would have found that first down yardage. But since it was 3rd and long, just not enough in setting up that 4th down punt.
Einhorn's punt is away, and Bolt tries to make a return out of it. Maybe a return of about 4 yards up to the 26, and Baltimore is back on the field with their offense, and 3rd down has not been a problem for them here tonight, has not been a problem with them so far this season.
Yeah, Baltimore doing a great job converting on 3rd down so far this season. Able to almost move the ball down the field at will in their 2 games so far that they've played. On the opposite side, Fort Worth's defense has struggled on getting 3rd down stops, so we'll see if they can step it up as this game goes on.
For the throw on 1st down, pressure coming, hit as he throws, the ball's going to fall to the turf, and the pressure was provided by Joey Schwitt, who already has a sack tonight.
Just a split second away from coming away with his 2nd sack was Joey Schwitt right there. Luckily for Wigmore, he was able to get that throw off before he got hit. But Joey Schwitt is making a living back there in that offensive backfield for Baltimore. Might be a long day if that continues in the offensive line struggles.
And goes nowhere. Hazard ran right into the teeth of the defense. Schwitt able to bring him down again. Loss of 1, and it's another long 3rd down for Baltimore. So far tonight, they're 3 of 3.
Yeah, Schwint was there. Aiden Davis was there on the stop, combining to get to Hazard for a 1-yard TFL, making it another 3rd and long. But we've seen Baltimore do it already in this ball game, converting on 3rd and long. We'll see if they can do it again.
Wigmore might look for Chima. It's a sidearm sling, and it's nearly picked off over the middle as Delaney Nash had his mitts on it for a split second. And that's the first time they forced Baltimore off the field. It's Baltimore's first 3 and out of the ball game.
Delaney Nash, I thought he might have had a beat on that one and make a pick. And if he would have had that picked off, he might still be running to the house. But a good job by him to not let Baltimore convert on that 3rd down, forcing the Vultures to punt here.
Punt is away from Sam Shepard as Stevens tries to make a return. Only a return of about 2 yards before he's taken down, and on comes the Toro offense once again. They were stifled on their opening drive. What needs to change here, Nate, on drive number 2?
Keep the quarterback clean and get positive yardage on running plays. The last drive we saw a TFL. The running back Williams was stop behind the line on a play or two in that first drive, just keep getting positive plays and they'll be able to move the ball down the field.
Swing pass, near side, caught and spinning his way forward is Jason Williams for a pickup of 6. He's eventually brought down by Devin King and company.
Yeah, Jason Williams, such a dynamic running back. Once he gets that ball out in the flats, he's able to do a couple of spin moves to get away from some of the Baltimore Vulture defenders that were coming towards him to get a good 6-yard gain. I look to see more of him doing that as this game goes on.
Williams far side has blockers, and he's got another gain of about 6, and it moves the chains.
And the Fort Worth Toros gets their first down of this ball game. Good job to get that under their belts. They were stopped on a 3-and-out in the last drive, in their first drive up, but two plays to their halfback, one through the air, one on the ground. That gets the job done on this go around and sets up a new set of downs.
Second first down, Nate. First down of the game coming from their first offensive possession, as this first down play is going to go nearly a yard back as Duncan shot his way through the offensive line to bring down Williams on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's one of those plays that, hopefully they can get some traction on the ground with Williams there. Stop for no gain, just bring up 2nd and long.
Reno looks near side for the fullback. That's Alexander, and Alexander will turn the corner, pick up 7 yards before King and Ben Stackenpaper bring him down. 3rd and short upcoming.
Yeah, Aaron Alexander, throughout last season and then the first couple of weeks this season, has proven himself to be a huge asset for this Fort Worth offense, able to catch some of those passes out in the flats and gain positive yardage. Good job to get 7 right there.
8 men in the box. Williams going to try and run with it far side, and he ran into the blitz, and the blitz picked him up. No gain, maybe a loss of 1 yard on the play, and out comes the special teams unit for the second straight drive in a row.
Unable to get penetration off that left side, and they go down for a loss of a yard. Baltimore proving that they are ready to stop this running game and not let them convert on 3rd down.
Punt is away from Einhorn as Bolt's going to let this one roll into the end zone. It's a good call to not call for a fair catch, and they'll start after the touchback on their own 20. Yeah,
and last drive, Baltimore went on a 3-and-out of their own on offense. Fort Worth came away, their defense came away with a couple of good plays. We'll see if Fort Worth defense can stand up and get another stop right here.
Out on first down with 2 tight ends on the line to the left and 2 wide receivers. Linebacker showing blitz to the outside and back off. Wigmore looks for the out route near side. That is caught and turning upfield for a gain of about 7. Got Michael Sudduth on the catch.
Yeah, it's Sudduth again with another catch. We haven't seen him with a catch since that first drive, but he gets the second one right there for a good 7 yards, set up a nice 2nd and short here.
Under 2 minutes here in the opening frame. Goal line set, they'll run up the middle with Hazard, and Hazard trying to fight through the tackle for the first. He's only allowed 2 yards as Browning comes up with the stop.
Yeah, nice stop by Browning there, stopping Hazard right before the first down marker. Going to be 3rd and about half a yard. Let's see if they just hand the ball off to Hazard, just try to fall forward and get this first down.
They'll flip the goal line package. Another run up the middle for Hazard. Hazard spinning out of a tackle, picking up about 5 yards and the first down. As J.L. Browning, the man who made the tackle on 2nd down, has gone down. He's slow to get up.
I will have to see if the severity of his injury later in this ball game with an update. Hopefully he'll be able to come back and it wasn't too serious, but we'll have to keep an eye on it.
Goal line set again. This time they offset the eye behind Wigmore. The handoff, far side. Hazard tries to get to the corner. He can't. Taken down 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage by Adam Leach.
Wow, Adam Leach coming up with a huge TFL right there, setting him back 2 yards. Looked like Hazard was trying to do a spin move to get around that tackle by Leach, but unfazed by that move was Leach and able to bring him down for a loss.
First time in quite a while we've seen a trio of wide receivers on the field for Baltimore. They spread the field with 3 wide, 2 backs in the backfield. Wigmore looking near side. That's the first catch of the day for Ivory Irvin, and it picks up 4.
And yeah, it's surprising that it's taken this long to get Ivory Irvin a catch. However, towards the end of the first quarter, but that's what this Baltimore offense likes to do, is spread the ball around to their talented wide receivers between Chima and Irvin, and then they got their tight ends that's already seen a couple of catches as well.
Wigmore to throw over the middle, caught. Ivory Irvin was quiet. Now he has 2 receptions on back-to-back plays, and now they move into inside Fort Worth territory as we close out the first quarter.
Ivory Irvin is tired of being shut down and comes away with 2 big plays in a row. This one goes for a huge gain all the way down the Fort Worth side of the field as we close out the quarter here.
7-0 your score here after 1 quarter of action. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. My apologies. Welcome back to the Stockyards here in Fort Worth, Texas, live on Twitch. I'm Tyler Falk. He's Nate Hall. Special shout out to Stephen Hacker and Justin Rosai, the Stats Truck tonight, making us look and sound smarter than we actually are. And of course, Cameron Irvine, the SFL commissioner, is our producer. 1st and 10 here for Baltimore on the Fort Worth 38. Wigmore looks to throw. It's a lofted ball over the middle, caught for about 19-20 yards, hauled in by Lloyd Graham Jr.
Yeah, Lloyd Graham Jr. with his 2nd catch of this ball game, his first since that first drive as well. But just down the seam right there is what is the route that he ran, and just an easy lob over the middle and easy catch for Graham. Big play to get them inside of the red zone.
The offsides call on the Fort Worth defensive line, so it'll negate maybe a 4 or 5 yard pickup from Hazard as they're going to tag Jeff Duffy with the early jump.
Yeah, we'll have to see who it is that jumped off sides here.
Neutral zone infraction, number 53, deep, 5-yard penalty, repeat.
It is Jeff Duffy, who leads the team in sacks with 3. He also leads the team in tackles for loss with 7.
Yeah, so he was just trying to get a little bit of an early head start on that snap count from Wigmore. Just a little bit too early, though, and he got caught offside. So needed to do a little bit better job of staying disciplined there on that line.
2 tight ends in Duffy's direction on the left side as Wigmore's back to pass. He tries to get his halfback Jimmy Hazard involved, but again, Joey Schwitt comes through the middle and forces the bad throw.
Yeah, Joey Schwitt, I think that's his 3rd time of being forcing an errant, or either forcing an errant throw or getting a sack. He's got 1 sack and that 2nd errant throw forced by Wigmore, so he's making sure to make life difficult for Wigmore in this ball game early.
And Hazard left side, nothing. Loss of 3 as Duffy and Schwitt tag team to combine to bring down Hazard in the backfield.
Yeah, Duffy right there making amends for his earlier offsides call. This time able to time the snap count perfectly, able to get to Hazard behind the line of scrimmage, and able to come away with a big TFL on 2nd down.
Empty backfield, 4 wide receivers. Wigmore, quick drop, pass over the middle. Lloyd Graham Jr., he can't get past the sticks as he's taken down. 1 yard short. On comes the field goal unit for Baltimore.
Yeah, that was an amazing catch there by Graham Jr. Looked like it was one-handed over the middle, but just couldn't outstretch that arm. He used to catch that ball over the 1st down yardage. Looks like they're going for it, though, here, Tyler.
Baltimore with the goal line unit. Only a yard to go from the 1st. Will they hike it? Only 7 men in the box. Baltimore has the advantage on the line, you'd think. Maybe trying to get Jeff Duffy to jump for the 2nd time on the drive, and it's good discipline this time around for the Toros. and they do indeed call one of their 3 timeouts, and now we will see the field goal unit come on the field.
Yeah, not a bad idea to try to get this Fort Worth defense to jump off sides there on 4th and short. Like you said, it already happened once on this drive by Duffy, trying to get him to do it again. But good discipline by the entire defensive line unit, forcing Baltimore's offense to call timeout and try to settle for 3 here.
You know, I didn't really think about it until now, but you know what it also does? I know it's early in the football game, but it takes about 39 seconds off the clock, so keeping time of possession well within the grasp for Baltimore. This should be an easy chip shot, about 24 yards out from the left hash for Tarkenton. Indeed, it is up and good. It's a 10-point lead now for Baltimore. Do you have a hot take? Want to show your appreciation for the SFL or show some love to your teammates? The league's new show, SFL Crunch Time, wants to hear from you. Post a video on Twitter with your take or shout out and use the hashtag SFL Crunch Time, and you may just appear on the show this week. Want more details? Direct message Josh Circle on Discord, and we'll see you in Crunch Time. Now we're going to see a return here from Cade Stevens. He tries to angle near side, back out of the far side, gets out of a tackle from John Michael Suddeth, and is eventually brought down at the 24-yard line, and on comes the Toros offense again. A little bit better drive, their second drive compared to their inaugural drive here, Nate. To look to build on it, you'd think.
Yeah, they're gonna. You definitely can't get down too much too early against this talented Baltimore team. I'm looking for them to finally come up with a score here on this drive. Let's see if they can actually get it done.
And Williams near side, and the spread look, which looked to be more so broken up with a nice interior press from the defensive tackles. Williams gets 7 yards out of it.
Yeah, Williams proving that he's so versatile, able to get that handoff and run up that left side for about 7 yards before he's tackled. Good start to this drive. Let's see if they can capitalize here on 2nd and short.
Aaron Alexander, the fullback, comes onto the field in quite some time. 3 wide receivers as well in the formation. Handoff to the far side, and nothing doing. The spread look this time goes in the favor of the Baltimore Vultures. And an update on the linebacker Browning. He's going to be out for the remainder of this contest.
Yeah, that's unfortunate news for JL Browning being out for the rest of this game. Gonna miss him for sure. But Al Walker coming up with a big TFL, and that's what's been going on for Fort Worth's offense, is take 2 steps forwards and 1 step back here on offensive drives.
Third down play was intended for Cade Stevens, and it bobbled around a bit, but eventually finds its way to the turf, and it's a 3 and out for the Toros.
Yeah, it's what Fort Worth couldn't afford to happen on this drive is what's going to end up happening anyways. 3 and out by this offense, unable to find that first down in the first couple of plays. After such a great first down run by Williams, just stalled after that. So we'll have to see if their defense can continue stepping up. But they're putting a lot of pressure on this defense early.
Einhorn's punts away as Bolt gets out of 1 tackle, shoulders a man to the turf, but is eventually brought down after a hearty pickup of 5 yards. And we go back to that injury here, Nate, real quick, as JL Browning was leading the league in tackles with 31 coming into today's game. And now we're going to see the backup, Lawrence Baylor, to try and fill those massive shoes to fill.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of shoes to fill. Like you said, JL Browning leading the league in tackles coming in. So much, coming away with so many tackles in the first 2 games. They're going to definitely miss him on defense.
As they're broke out of 1 tackle, but that is taken down by Blake Prine after a pickup of 4 yards.
4 yards on first down, but chunk plays at a time. That's what Baltimore's doing so far, and that's what they're continuing to do to try to lull this Fort Worth defense to sleep in this ball game to try to come away with a victory.
With more to throw. Over the middle, directly at E.K. Vincent, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, the second time we've seen E.K. Vincent stonehand a little bit. We saw him in the first quarter have a play like that. But a good job by him to get a hand on that one, at least make it an incomplete pass.
The wide receivers out in the formation here for Baltimore on third down. Wigmore, 5-step drop, steps up, and he's taken down again as Gary D. Gone gets home and will send out the punting unit for Baltimore.
Yeah, Gary D. Gone, the rookie out of Annapolis, went undrafted in this past draft, but Fort Worth signed him before the start of the season. It comes away with a huge play, a huge sack of Wigmore in that backfield to bring up fourth down.
Punts away from Sam Shepard. Cade Stevens on the return can only muster about 2 yards before he's brought down. And now the Toros offense needs to repay their offense in kind after forcing Baltimore to punt.
Yeah, and it's a matter of time before Fort Worth's going to find their footing. We mentioned it at the outset of this game. Both of their games against good squads in their first 2 weeks were close games that could have gone the other direction as a win for this team. This rookie quarterback is very dynamic. He just needs to start finding his footing in this ball game.
And as he throws, Nate Brown looking for his second sack of the contest, forces the bad throw.
Yeah, luckily for Reno, he was able to get rid of that one before Nate Brown started to get to him in that backfield.
Oh, it's not a sack, but looking for his second TFL. My apologies. No sacks on the docket yet for any of the Baltimore defenders just yet. Offset eye behind Johnny Reno with 3 wide receivers. 3-3 nickel look here from Baltimore as the handoff goes to Williams. Far side, blockers. He's going to be gone for a while to midfield. A gain of about 25 yards. And here come the Toros. The Bulls are charging.
And that's what they need to do. They need to get Williams going and coming away with his biggest gain of this ball game so far. 26-yarder off that right-hand side, off tackle, getting a big boost by some of his blockers there on that side. Able to come away with a big first down all the way up to midfield. They need to sustain this drive. They need to capitalize right here.
4 wide receivers, Reno in the gun with Williams to his right. Your check that it's going to be the first time we're going to see Jay-Z Bacon. Throw in that direction, tipped and incomplete as the defender was in time to swat that one away. That's going to be Marvin Johnston with the deflection.
Yeah, Johnston with the deflection looked like they were going towards the direction of Twin Screw there on that pass. Just the defender was in there to make that tip pass and incomplete.
Take a closer look at Twin Screw, his first season with the club after leaving Louisiana in the offseason. Second down from midfield for the Toros. Williams, far side, and they try to go to that side again, and this time they are denied by Al Walker.
Baltimore, they'll give up a big play or two, but they seal that side after giving up that big play. Come away with a 3-yard loss to make it 3rd and long.
Wide receivers. Jay-Z Bacon to the right of Johnny Reno. Reno, pressure coming over the middle. One-handed snag is caught by Stephen Hacker for the first down.
Hacker coming away with a big one-handed grab over the middle to make sure this drive doesn't stall around the midfield mark like it has before. Able to come away with that catch. Big 3rd down conversion. Maybe that'll give this offense a little bit of confidence as they get inside the 40-yard line now. And on Baltimore's side of the field, they just need to start or keep up doing what they've been doing on this drive so far and keep moving this ball.
There's only tape on those fingers, not those newfangled gloves we see so many players running around with nowadays. Hand up the middle for Williams. No dice on that run as he stopped up at the line of scrimmage as Frank Smith makes the tackle.
Yeah, 3 straight times they tried to run to that side, and the first time it worked for a big gain. Last 2 times, though, however, it's been stopped. Smith coming away with a big stop there on first down to set up a 2nd and 10.
4-3 defense here for Baltimore. Handoff Williams, near side, tries to cut around the corner, spins out of 1, spins out of 2, still fighting through tackle. picks up the first and has to be dragged down from behind by 2 defenders.
What a run by Jason Williams. You thought he was going to go down after maybe a minimal gain of 4 or 5 yards after right there. That missed tackle by Frank Smith breaks out of another tackle by 2 other defenders right there. Maybe the last one might have been 36 there, breaking out of his grasp. That was Troy Loshaw, but big gain, big muscles by that Williams on that left side to get that first down.
Jason Williams, they call him Thrilliams, and he's here to thrill. 3 wide receivers, ice formation behind Johnny Reno. Quick drop, pass, far side is caught by Mike Twinscrew, and Twinscrew finds his way out of bounds after a pickup of 7. His first catch of the contest.
Yeah, and Twinscrew will get or be happy about that, getting his first catch of this ball game. We'll have to see if he's been targeted twice so far, but that being his first catch, we'll have to see if they go towards his direction, if that out route's going to be that wide open in the future.
All right, set. They'll run with Jason Williams to the far side. He ran a lot east to west on that play, and it pays off for Baltimore as they get into the backfield for the loss as Ben Stackenpaper picks up another tackle.
Yeah, that much effort for a loss of 2 yards is not what Fort Worth's offense was looking for on that play, but Stackenpaper able to come up with a big open field tackle for a 2-yard loss to set up a 3rd and medium.
Robert Garrett Jr., the tight ends, flicks off to the left here on 3rd down. They'll go with a run up the middle. Jason Williams is tackled from behind, a yard short of the marker. Huge tackle by Devin King. And now it's decision time for Fort Worth, deep in enemy territory.
This is decision time, but it looks like they're going to bring out their rookie kicker, Amelia Rose, to try to make this a 1-score game.
And Rose is going to try and hit about a 31-yard attempt. This will be her longest of her career. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good. A new career long for Amelia Rose on her young career. And it's 10-3, Baltimore with the lead.
The Ottawa rookie coming away with very important points on this drive for this Fort Worth squad, making it a 1-score game. Big drive by Fort Worth, able to move the ball down the field, just stalled out there at the end.
Meanwhile, the game going on over on Next Level Sports, at one point is a 21 donut lead for Vancouver, is now only a 7-point lead for the Legion. As the return for Giovanni Bolt gets up to the 25, and he's hauled down by a couple members of the Toros hands team. And on comes the offense for Baltimore.
And we'll have to see what Baltimore does here, if they're going to, I'm sure they're going to try to move the ball down the field like they have been, but how are they going to do it? Because so far, their running back Hazard hasn't gotten too much done on the ground. We'll have to see if they try to get him more involved.
Wigmore to throw. Finds Hazard out of the backfield. Hazard tries to spin out of the tackle, but he is brought down by, was that J.L. Browning still on the field? It looked like he was going to be out for the rest of the game, but it looks like he's back in.
That's interesting. We'll have to see if he's going to be at 100%, because the update we got earlier said he was going to be out for the remainder of the game. But if he's out there trying to do what he can to stop this offense.
That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning here in the second quarter. Baltimore with the lead, 10-3. You're watching the SFL, presented by APM Music on Twitch. Fort Worth trying to hold Baltimore here inside of 2 minutes here in the second quarter. Wigmore, 2-step drop and looks over the middle. That is caught. First down yardage for Ivory Irvin near the 47.
Yeah, Ivory Irvin coming away with a nice route there on that left side. Able to look like a little bit of a slant pattern there by him, but just no defender there in that vicinity. Maybe shielded a little bit by that ref there on that side, but good thing for the receiver who comes away with a big first down.
Offset I formation, make it a weak eye with 3 tight ends out in the formation here for the Vultures. Handoff, Hazard near side, gets through the hole, but not much further, only a pickup of 2 yards. The clock continues to wind down as there's the broken-nosed man himself, J.L. Browning picking up another tackle.
J.L. Browning must have had him fix that nose on the sidelines, do the best tape-up job that they could do because he wasn't going to miss out on the remainder of this game. He wants to come in and make a difference and try to keep their team in this one.
All right, set here for Baltimore, under 2 minutes. Handoff, Hazard, only a gain of 1 to midfield, and Baltimore calls a timeout as they want to quickly get out of that formation.
And look who it is again, Tyler. J.L. Browning, 2 plays in a row with big tackles. This time a loss of a couple on that, or maybe a 1-yard loss on that play. But however, 2 plays in a row, he comes in, and even though he's hurt, coming back in after that injury, he's making a big plays up here on this drive.
I think he's going to continue to make big plays. I'm calling it now. He's getting a pick 6 before this game is done. Pass over the middle is caught as that thought's quickly quashed by Ivory Urban to the 35-yard line of Fort Worth, and they go back into the hurry-up. Wigmore, quick drop, looks near side this time, caught for a pickup of about 6 yards to Daly Holder, and they're at the 30-yard line with 45 seconds to go.
Daly Holder coming away with his first reception of this ball game for 6 yards. Good sideline route, making sure he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. Great time management by him to make sure he stops the clock and set up the second short play.
Inside the 30-yard line now, ace formation for Baltimore. Wigmore to throw. Deep bomb over the middle into coverage and incomplete. That was nearly picked up by Prime.
Yeah, Blake Prime coming away with a big pass deflection there on second down, making sure that deep ball doesn't find that receiver, and good play by him to set up this 3rd and short and not letting that receiver beat him.
This will be the 10th third down of the drive. So far today, Baltimore is about 66.6% repeating, otherwise known as they're converting on 2/3 of all their third downs so far tonight. 3 wide receivers, Wigmore to throw. Pass over the middle, and it's caught by Ivory Urban as the defender was just playing contain on the dangerous wideout, and they're inside the 10 down to the 6.
Yeah, Brian was able to come with a completion on that previous play, but this time he got beat by Ivory Urban there over the middle. Just couldn't get there in time to knock that ball away. Come away with a huge play to set them up inside the 10 with plenty of time still left here in this first half.
They're out of timeouts, are the Vultures, so inside 40 seconds here in the second frame of action. They're looking to tack home maybe a touchdown. Handoff, Hazard, near side, blockers in front of him. Shimmy shakes out of a tackle and finds his way into Pater. Touchdown, Vultures.
What a great run by Jimmy Hazard there on that right side. Able to do a little bit of a juke move around that defender. Right there, you see it. He just shimmied his way right around Adam Leach to find his way into the end zone for a score to give them a 2-score lead heading into the break.
See Shark Tarkenton come on the field once again to try and tack home another extra point here for Baltimore. Snap spot, kick is up from Shark Tarkington, and it is through the uprights and good. It's a 14-point ball game. Baltimore 17, Fort Worth 3, and now with just over 30 seconds, Fort Worth do have all 3 timeouts here, Nate. Do you see anything that they need to maybe make any massive changes to when they're going here into the hurry-up? Because it seems to me they need to air out the football just a little bit more. I think they've been a little bit too conservative. They
have been conservative. Their longest reception is only 14 yards to Hacker in this first half. They need to air it out a little bit more. The quarterback Reno has had shown signs in this previous 2 games of being able to air it out down the field, but so far in this game just hasn't seen any of that yet, and they need to do that quick right here if they want to come with a score before halftime.
You know, at the moment is 5 of 8 on passing tonight. Only 44 yards or thereabout under his belt. 27 seconds. left to go here in the second quarter. I formation, 2 wide receivers to the right. Quick drop pass to the right side, is caught. Gain of about 4 or 5.
That out route has been open for this offense. Steven Hacker coming away with that one. We saw one go to twin screw earlier, but Hacker on the receiving end that time, being able to get out of bounds to stop the clock and not even have to use the timeout there. Great job.
2nd and 5 for the Toros on their own 33. Going to be a handoff for Williams, and he's going to be taken down. He is shouldered the turf by Nate Brown, who gets another tackle for loss. They hustle back to the line of scrimmage. Under 13 seconds now, and Reno is yet to hike the ball. There'll be another run for Williams to the far side. Williams has to make something happen. He can't get the first. Taken down, and the clock time will expire into halftime as the Vultures have a 17-3 lead, and it's going to be a quick halftime tonight. So, Nate, I'm going to go to you. Your thoughts on the first half and what needs to change in the second half.
Not much needs to change for Baltimore in the second half, but for Fort Worth, like we said earlier, they just need to start airing it out down the field a lot more to find themselves get back in this ball game.
Fort Worth will receive the opening kickoff here in the second half. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Nate Brown. Justin Reside and Stephen Hacker on the stats truck, and the commissioner, Cameron Irvine, is our producer as Cade Stevens tries to make a return and probably should have kneeled it in the end zone as he's taken down right where he would have been if he just took a knee.
Yeah, might have saved himself a little bit of pain right there had he just took a knee in the end zone, but decided to try to make a little bit, get a little bit extra yardage there on that return. But out to the 20 is where they'll start. We'll see what they do here on this first drive.
Four wide receivers to begin the first drive of the second half. The handoff, Williams near side, and it is stopped in the backfield. Nate Brown again getting behind the line of scrimmage.
Towards the end of the first half, we saw him make a big stop on a running play and picks up right where he left off. That time with this play, taking Williams down for a loss of a yard there.
And they're going to get one of the defensive linemen to jump offside as that run was blown up, but it goes for naught. A free 5 yards for the Toros, and let's get the call from R62. That's going to be the second penalty of the ball game.
Number 92, defense.
Second of the ball game, but first one for this Baltimore Vultures defense. This time, Joe Duncan getting caught jumping off sides, giving a free 5 yards to the Toros. Good thing though for the Toros that penalty happened, because instead of 2nd and 6, they'd be looking at a 3rd and very long right now had that not happened.
So after the penalty, it is 2nd and 6, under 10 minutes here in the third quarter. Pass over the middle, strike is caught, complete for Charlie Baker, the rookie out of Madison, as he moves the chains for the Toros.
Charlie Baker coming away with his first catch of this ball game, making a big first down for his offense, right over the middle, able to catch that in front of the defenders. Nice play by him right there.
I didn't flex to the right, weak eye formation to the left. 4-3 look for Baltimore. Williams tries to go in the direction of his fullback. Can't find any traction or any room to run out to that left side as he's taken down by Alvin Mack.
Yeah, Alvin Mack able to come away with a big play right there. But ever since that big run by Williams earlier in that second quarter, just nowhere to run for him ever since then. Tough sledding for this run game so far since that play.
Williams, near side, had to struggle on one tackle and spins away from another and picks up a good gain of about 9 yards.
And isn't that what usually happens, Tyler? You talk about him not coming away with any big runs since that big play in the second quarter, and they rip off a nice one. Nice run right there off that right side by Williams, able to shrug a tackler out of the way, able to get an extra yard or two, and a nice play to set up a 3rd and short.
Another handoff. Williams has to try and fight his way again back to the line of scrimmage, and 3 straight plays have been runs, and it goes for only 9 combined total yards, 1 yard shy of the marker, and Fort Worth is going to send out the punting unit.
I don't think we're going to get a replay on that run, but looked like he might have fallen forward a little bit to get past that first down marker, but no challenge. They're going to have to punt this one away.
So you're saying that might have been a bad spot as A. Einhorn punts that one away for Giovanni Bolt, who is collected rather quickly at the 28-yard line, and we'll see Baltimore's offense take the field for their first offensive possession of the second half.
And this is, I know it's early in the third quarter and the first drive for Baltimore after halftime, but Fort Worth, you know, we talk about how dangerous this Baltimore offense is, and their defense isn't giving way to let Fort Worth move down the field on offense themselves. They can't let themselves get too big, too down too early here in this second half.
Out route near side is caught for a pick of about 9 yards to Daly Holder.
Yeah, Holder coming away with his second catch here on that left side. Nice 9-yard gain by the sidelines to set up a second and short.
So Baltimore is in my opinion, of course, the best team in the SFL, and has been for at least the last 2 seasons, has been one of the best teams. So again, won the championship last season. They give off to Jimmy Hazard up the middle. He'll convert on first down, but over the last few seasons, over the course of Baltimore's history, they haven't had a losing season. Their worst season being, I think, an 8-4 record. They always seem to find ways to win. They're always an explosive team.
Yeah, this team has all the weapons they need to succeed. Dynamic wide receivers on the outside. You know, even if they go out and draft somebody, their draftees usually come away with big plays throughout their season and progress really well. Just great play by them for multiple seasons so far.
Adam Leach says, "Stop talking about Baltimore," as he knocks that pass aside from Jack Wigmore, and it brings up second down.
Good play by Leach to get a hand in there and knock that one away. We've seen him come with a couple of those plays so far, and nice play by him there on first down.
4 wide receivers, Wigmore under center, and he takes a 5-step drop, throws it out to the far side, and there's no Adam Leach, knock this one away, and so it's a pickup of about 3 yards this time.
Yeah, this time it's Lloyd Graham Jr. on the outside, wide open by that sideline. Too bad he couldn't stay in bounds. Looked like he had a little bit of green grass in front of him before the defender might have got there, but he falls out of bounds and makes it a third down play right here.
Now from their own 43, 3rd and 7 here for the Vultures. 70% so far today on third down. They're 7 of 10. 5 wide receivers. Bump coverage on the outside from Fort Worth. Wigmore, near side, caught and room to run for Ivory Irvin, and he is going to take it to the barn. Touchdown, Baltimore, and they are beginning to extend their lead and push this one further in doubt.
In the first quarter, we saw Max Chima on the other side burn his defender. This time it's Ivory Irvin's turn to burn his defender on that play on the left side, on the opposite side, beating Blake Prine this time to get a wide open catch on that left side and just turn on the afterburners and get 6 more points. And this is starting to become a runaway for this Baltimore team.
Make it a 21-point advantage on comes Tarkington. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good from Tarkington. 24-3, Baltimore with a commanding lead. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. And get SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. Kicks away from Shark as Cade Stevens makes his return from inside his own end zone as he tries to find extra space up the middle. It's taken down at the 25-yard line, and if ever there was a time here, Nate, for Fort Worth to make a statement and say this game's not over yet, it's probably about right now.
Oh yeah, it's definitely time for Fort Worth to prove that they're still in this game. But if they're gonna, come back in this one, they need to do it, and they need to do it quick, because so far this Baltimore defense has had their number.
Jason Williams gets the call near side, stopped in the backfield, loss of 2, and that's been a familiar sight today here in Fort Worth as Devin King gets into the backfield.
Yeah, an all too familiar sight by this Baltimore defense. Multiple defenders throughout this game getting in the offensive backfield of Fort Worth, causing loss of yards on multiple plays. Just can't get anything done on offense if that continues to keep happening.
Offset eye again here for the Toros. They'll run again with Williams near side. This time Alexander picks up the block and springs Williams forward for the first down.
And that is going to be Williams' largest gain since that second quarter run earlier, following his blocker with a nice seal block by his fullback on Alexander on that right side. Able to get a good 13 or 14 yards before he's tackled right there. It's a good play to make this another set of downs for this offense.
Brand new set of downs here for Fort Worth on their own 40. Reno doesn't like what he sees in the defense and changes the play at the line. It's going to be a run for Williams, and he's stuffed in the backfield. Another loss here on another running play as Sir Ron Yates IV brings him down for a loss of 1.
Yeah, first time we've called Sir Ron Yates for a tackle for loss, but he's often in that backfield as well, making life difficult for the opposing offense, doing the same here on this 1 yard loss by Williams on that run.
His second tackle for loss of the season. Handoff. Williams taken down the backfield again by King, and it brings up 3rd and long.
And this time for Baltimore, it was 58 Devin King, the linebacker, coming with another TFL. So Fort Worth, 2 straight plays going the wrong direction on those plays.
3rd and a county pasture here for the Toros. Reno to throw. It's a quick jump over the middle. It's caught for a gain of about 22 yards for Stephen Hacker.
And those are the kinds of plays we're going to need to see from this young rookie if they're going to try to get back in this ball game in the second half. We haven't been seeing a whole lot of downfield passes by this young man up until this point, but a nice job of finding his open receiver Hacker over the middle, but an even better diving play to make sure he secured that ball as he was going to the ground to make sure that was a completion.
4 wide receiver set here for the Toros. Might be going back to the ground. They do. Far side, it's Jay-Z Bacon with his first touch on the ground of this season.
And Jay-Z Bacon, as you said, hasn't been utilized as often in this offense, but a good, good first touch by him. Unfortunately, he just went for 0 yards.
He's out on the field again here for 2 straight plays. 4 wide receivers. Reno, deep bomb over the middle, and it's straight into the arms of Giovanni Bolt as the Vultures are playing pretty nice tonight as DeWake is up.
Yeah, Giovanni Bolt come away with a big interception. That's one of the downfalls of this rookie quarterback, Reno, is that he has been prone to throwing picks so far in this early season. Had 3 coming into this game. Just throws his 4th right there. The worst time for that to happen too is they were starting to drive down the field and was in opponent Baltimore's territory, but that drive is going to stall and stop right there, and Baltimore is going to be on offense again.
After a long drive from Fort Worth, here come the Vultures. Wigmore to throw, pressure coming, does get the pass off to John Michael Suddeth. We're gaining about 4 before Wigmore was hit in the backfield.
Yeah, and that is going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Nice 4-yard gain there by Baltimore's offense. I think now that we're getting in the late stages of this 3rd quarter, we're going to start seeing Baltimore try to salt this clock away as much as possible.
Swing pass for Hazard. Near side as he runs out of a wimpy tackle and picks up 1st down yardage.
And that is what Jimmy Hazard can do if he's not getting anything done on the ground game. he will hurt you in the flats out there in the receiving game, and right there gets first down yardage before EK Vincent is able to catch up to him.
Brand new set of downs here for Baltimore. Split backfield behind Wigmore. 2 tight ends off to the right. 4-3 look here from the Toros. The line and the linebacker shift. Handoff up the middle. It is T-Roy Gaines on his first call of the night. He picks up 8 yards.
Yeah, good 8 yards here for T-Roy Gaines. He's used to carrying the ball. He is a converted, went from running back to fullback, but he's making his impact felt.
Wigmore to throw. He just dumps it off over the middle for Lloyd Graham Jr., and it's enough to pick up another first down here for Baltimore.
Yeah, another first down and another quick first down at that. Able to come away with a nice run up the middle this time.
First and 10 from the Fort Worth 45 here for Baltimore as they continue to have another solid drive. Wigmore, quick drop, looks over the middle. It is dropped, I believe, by Mac Chima. It looked to be dropped. It looked like it was knocked out of the hands at all. Just straight drop from Chima. That's really rare.
I'm going to have to disagree with you right there, Tyler. I saw a flash of a defender jump in front of that one. I couldn't see the number, though, but I felt like there was a defender in between that and the receiver.
Might have been the strong safety Delaney Nash. We have yet to confirm that. 2 wide receivers. Wigmore to throw on second down. It's a dump off over the middle to Ivory Urban. Urban picks about 8 yards. He tried to turn upfield and was denied the opportunity by Adam Leach.
Yeah, but still a great play, though, by Irvin to get a positive 8 yards out of that play. And this offense just keeps moving and keeps salting away this clock. And a big third down play coming up here for this Fort Worth defense to try to stop this drive.
Look for another fullback dive here from T-Roy Trains, they call him in Baltimore. And indeed, they will go to T-Roy, and T-Roy picks up the first down.
Yeah, he's very reliable as T-Roy Gaines when it comes to getting minimal yards that is needed to get first downs. Just able to fall forward and get 4 yards when they only needed 2.
14 first downs so far here in the ball game for Baltimore. Wigmore to throw, dump off for Hazard, and Hazard has room to run. He spins away from the would-be tackler. EK Vincent picks up about 18 yards.
And what a play by Hazard up the middle, able to get a few extra yards after that ridiculous spin move. He had to adjust to even get to that ball to begin with, but able to do a little whoop right there around the defender and able to get a few extra yards before he's tackled and get another big first down.
Inside the red zone go the Vultures. They've been perfect in here so far tonight. Split backfield again, 3 wide receivers, handoff T-Roy Gaines through the middle, trying to fight off defenders, and it takes 2 to take him down after a tough gain of about 5 yards. Delaney Nash and Blake Prine bring him down.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that's the last play of this third quarter, but another great run by T-Roy Gaines right up the middle, getting another 5 yards. If they can keep doing that, they'll find themselves in the end zone here soon enough.
Be the 10th play of the drive when we come back out of the break. You're watching the SFL presented by 8 PM Music live on Twitch. Baltimore leads 24-3. Welcome back to the Stockyards here in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm Tyler Falk. He's Nate Hull alongside Stephen Hacker and Justin Resiah, the stats truck, and Cameron Irvine as our producer. Pass outside from Wigmore's caught near the goal line. It's going to be marked down about 2 yards short for Daly Holder.
Yeah, just unable to get across that goal line was Daly Holder, but still a good enough play to get that first down and set up a big first and goal with only 2 yards to go until that touchdown. Maybe a fullback dive here is on order for this Baltimore offense.
This to make it a 4 touchdown ball game, and Hazard is going to walk his way into the end zone for another Baltimore touchdown. And this one, well, can only be classified as one word. It's been a rout.
Yeah, it's been a rout from the very, first half, and Baltimore is just pouring it on at this point. Able to get the handoff is Hazard and follow his big fullback T-Roy Gaines right up the middle and get across that goal line to get a big 4-score lead early in this fourth quarter.
Shark Tarkington on to tack home the extra point here for Baltimore. Let's give credit to these fans. They're sticking through it. They might be a little quiet, but they're sticking in their seats and watching this one to the very end. Got some diehard fans here in Fort Worth, not just in the stadium, but also in Chad as well. 31-3, your score line as Baltimore's lead balloons to a 28-point margin of victory.
Yeah, I think this squad for Fort Worth here on offense for the remainder of this game is just going to try to get as much as they can, get as many reps in as they can, get good plays in, try to get a little bit of positive going away as this game ends.
Hacker came to the near side, got the 27-yard line, but no further. We want to remind you that APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Power eye set for Fort Worth as they begin another drive. Handoff, Williams, far side, taken down in the backfield. Loss of 2 on the play, as there to greet him was Al Walker.
Yeah, Al Walker has been making plays all game long in this one, coming with another big TFL on that play to make it 2nd and long. This Baltimore defense just overpowering at this point.
4 wide receivers. The coverage is more angled toward the near side of the formation, leaving the wide receiver probably isolated on the far side. However, Baltimore was expecting this run as Williams tries to spin out of a tackle and is taken down after gaining yardage lost on first down.
Proving in there that they're not going to be ready to give up on the run game just yet. Try to get a little bit more action for their halfback, Williams. But only 2 yards, going to set up a 3rd and long here.
3rd and long here for Fort Worth. It's a play action. Pass over the middle is bobbled and dropped as Jay-Z Bacon was unable to haul that one in, and it's a 3 and out for Fort Worth.
Yeah, a little bit more action for Bacon, trying to come up with another reception, but just bounced off his hands and incomplete. I don't think it would have been enough for a first down anyways had he caught that. Maybe just saved himself from being hit hard by one of those close by Baltimore defenders there.
Johnny Reno so far today under 100 yards passing. 8 of 13 is the official tally from statisticians Justin Reside and Stephen Hacker. High snap is corralled by Ray Einhorn. He's back to punt again as Bolt calls for the fair catch at the 37-yard line, and that is where his offense will begin another drive. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports continues next Saturday, February 5th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Top-ranked quarterback Johnny Reno takes his Fort Worth squad up north to take on Queen City, followed by Florida going all the way west to visit the Los Angeles Lycans. Bonus coverage will include Mexico City, D.C., and Vancouver, Charleston. Visit NLSE.com to find Next Level Sports in your neck of the woods. Pass over the middle is caught for a gain of about 12 to Mac Chima, and they move the chains on the first play of the drive.
Yeah, and you see the stat line there. Chima just under 100 yards and Ivory Irvin over. Of course, those 2 numbers are a little bit skewed from their long touchdown receptions earlier in this ball game. But both receivers having big days for their offense. At this point, Baltimore just looking to still pass right here is kind of, maybe rubbing it in a little bit for them on offense.
Hazard's run goes backwards about 2 yards as it's a great play from I believe that's the defensive end, Jeff Duffy, on the side. But I want to go back to that first play real quick. Nate. That's a tough throw from Jack Wigmore, throwing off his back foot and across his body. He makes everything look easy.
Yeah, he really does. He's really come into his own during his time in this league, able to make plays that look like they should be difficult, but somehow he still gets the job done.
Pass over middle to a diving not Daly Holder. It's Mac Chima again with another first down reception.
Yeah, I think that's going to put Mac Chima over 100 yards on the day today, along with his good buddy Ivory Urban. Big days by them. Still not willing to, sit back and rely on their halfbacks. Still including their passing game and their offensive scheme.
2 backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers. Wigmore to throw again. Stands in the pocket, fires over the middle, and it's deflected, incomplete, nearly picked off by Golden Dino.
Yeah, and I misspoke a little bit ago. That gave Mac Chima 95 yards, but regardless, it's still a great day. Too bad Golden Dino, though, wasn't able to come away with that interception. That would have been a nice interception for him there on defense.
It would have been a bright spot for Fort Worth. Maybe they can make a play here on second down. Offset eye behind Wigmore. 3 tight ends set. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Be a handoff for Hazard. Far side. Runs with his blockers and picks up about 6 yards before he's eventually thrown to the turf at the Fort Worth 30.
Hazard able to make a play there on second down, come up with a good 60 yards. But a big play here on third down coming up for this Fort Worth defense. They need a bright spot late in this ballgame.
Trips to the right of Wigmore. Just 1 back in the backfield. That's Hazard. Wigmore to throw. Over the middle, into coverage, and incomplete. Golden Dino in on the coverage again, forcing 4th down, and more than likely forcing Shark Tarkington to take the field for a long field goal.
Yeah, but 2 plays in a row by Golden Dino on defense there. 2 plays in a row of getting his hand in there and knocking that ball away. A great job by him to ensure that this is no more than just a field goal attempt by Tarkington on this drive.
About a 47-yard attempt for Tarkington from the left hash. This will be the longest of the season for Shark. Kick is up, has the distance, and it has the accuracy. It's up and good. 34-3, a 31-point lead for Baltimore.
Yeah, and Baltimore just continuing to do what they do best. Even if they don't get down the field and get a touchdown, even if their drive does stall out, they still find themselves in field goal range. They more often than not come away with some sort of points. This time come away with a big field goal here to stretch this lead out.
Just over 7 minutes left to go here from Fort Worth, Texas, as Tarkington gets us underway once again, as Cade Stevens elects to take it out of his own end zone to try and angle things through the middle, as he's taken down at the 23-yard line. The Toros, at this point, it would be an absolute miracle if they came back from this lead. Stranger things have happened, though. We'll see if Johnny Reno can lead his club down the field.
Yeah, stranger things have happened in this league for sure. I think they're just too far down, too late in this ball game, but we'll see what happens, and it starts here on this first play of this drive.
Williams is the call on first down, as it looked like he might have had a hole. He gets a yard, but the leg was taken out from underneath him by Alvin Mack.
Yeah, Alvin Mack making sure he only gets 1 yard on that play up the middle to set up a 2nd and long. Maybe had a little bit more, but Alvin Mack was quickly there to shut that down.
8 men in the box here for Baltimore. Power eye set for Fort Worth. Williams tries to go near side as he's taken down at the 20-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play. Getting to the backfield was Alvin Mack again.
And this time, a tackle for loss for Alvin Mack, going backwards 4 yards. I think it's time, though, that Fort Worth grabs the running game and tries to get their air raid going late in this ball game.
4 wide receivers set. There'll be a play action. Reno under pressure, and he's down in the backfield at the 10-yard line. A huge loss on 3rd down as Nate Brown comes up with the first sack of the ball game for Baltimore, and Fort Worth will have to send out Ray Einhorn again.
finally, after all this time, the Baltimore defense comes away with a sack on Reno. They were close a couple of times early in this ball game, but first time they get them down for that sack. Unfortunate for Fort Worth, though, because they are going to have to punt this one away.
Einhorn's going to stand deep in his own end zone to get this one off. Bolt on the Fort Worth side of the 50 tries to make a return and puts it already near Tarkington field goal range. So we're probably going to see a lot of runs. But when we talk about Baltimore today, let's talk about Jack Wigmore. As I forgot to mention that with 2 touchdowns, he's now in the top 20 of all quarterbacks in touchdowns. However, he was tied with TD Drew and Shabazz Synergy. So depending on how those guys do, he could be 21st all-time or could be 20th all-time if neither of those guys pick up a couple touchdowns. So congratulations to Wigmore as he finds Daly Holder on the outside for a pickup of 5.
Wigmore, now in his 4th season and already at number 20 in that stat, is just proves what kind of athlete that this guy is. Able to lead this Baltimore team to multiple winning seasons since he's been at the helm at quarterback for this Baltimore offense. Great career so far for this young man.
Split backfield here on 2nd down. Wigmore is going to hand it off to T-Roy, and T-Roy picks him about 3 yards before he's taken down by Dino. The clock will tick under 5 minutes, and maybe now, Nate, it looks like they're looking to run out as much clock as possible.
Yeah, and I think if they continue to hand the ball off here to Hazard and to T-Roy Gaines, that they will be able to salt this one away in quick fashion.
And off to the left, Hazard can't find any running room as he's taken down right at the line of scrimmage by E.K. Vincent, and Tarkington is going to be called on once again on the 2nd straight drive.
Yep, another field goal attempt for Tarkington now in his 8th season, all with this Baltimore ball club. At this point in his career, he's almost automatic from anywhere within field goal range. So we'll have to see if that continues here on this attempt.
44-yard attempt from the left center part of midfield. Snap spot. Tarkington's kick is up, and it is good. And he's been perfect today, and he extends the lead out. It is now 37-3 your score line from Fort Worth, Texas. And Nate, I know we've got a couple more games coming up after ours tonight. Let's go ahead and talk about those matchups. First up, going over on Next Level, that's going to be DC and Lone Star. And we've got Denver and Sioux Falls coming up. Who do you like in each of those matchups?
Well, I'm going to skip that first one because I'm a part of it.
Of course you are.
Yeah,
of course you are.
Yeah, I don't want to, toot my own horn or anything for my own ball club at this level, being a broadcaster. But as far as Denver and Sioux Falls has been struggling as of late. Last season didn't have that great of a season. Denver intrigues me a little bit. Eric Price has been coming into his own as quarterback, and Bailey O'Shaughnessy has been such a dynamic running back for them, and they've got a couple of good receivers over there as well. They're a ball club that's about even keel with the rest of the league. I believe they're correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they're 1-1 with a lot of the teams that are also in this league. So I like Denver to come away on top there. I think their offensive power is too much for Sioux Falls to overcome.
Pass over the middle and going for days is Robert Garrett Jr. as he crosses the 50-yard line. Will hold everything. As we're talking about games in the future, we got to keep our mind up on this game as the Cowboys off of the races for a little bit. Second play of the drive, it's another deep pass over the middle. Stephen Hacker, and they're quickly moving downfield. Now inside the 35. A little bit of life from the Toros. Reno can't get this one off, but he's going to be taken down by Joe Duncan for a sack. Second sack of the ball game for Baltimore. Loss of 4 on the play, and back to the line they go. Reno to throw again, pass over the middle. Robert Garrett Jr. struggles out of yet another tackle and makes it a 3rd and 3 upcoming as they're back to the line. Just over 3 minutes to go here in regulation. Reno to throw. Over the middle, caught by Hacker. Inside the red zone, down to the 15. First down for the Toros. They're continuing to run the all slants pattern, and they're tiring themselves out. Reno over the middle. Robert Garrett Jr. first down inside the 5 to the 3. Can they tack on a touchdown in the late goings? Short yardage situation. First and goal from the 3. Reno to throw over the middle. Robert Garrett Jr. He can't find the ball. It falls incomplete, and now both teams get a little bit of a breather.
As so do we there, Tyler. It sounds like you need a breather as well after going in, quick mode there for this offensive drive so far. But, where was this at the rest of this ball game as far as efficiency for Reno? Just struggled to get anything going most of this game, and then all of a sudden coming to life here on this drive so far.
Offset eye behind Reno. He's back to pass. Pressure coming. He flips it out to the fullback, Alexander, who goes backward about 2 yards, and it's 3rd and goal. Reno looks to throw, finds Williams on the swing pass. He turns the corner, and he's into the end zone. The Toros, with an extra point, will have a double-digit score line in their column, and it looks to be that might be the final score.
Yeah, it looks to be, but again, still over 2 minutes left in this game. But great job by Reno to stand back there in the pocket, able to check that ball down to his halfback Williams, and Williams is able to do the rest, able to walk right into that end zone for 6 points.
Ilya Rose on attack home the extra point. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good from Rose, and it's officially a 37-10 score line, as we'll probably see the special teams unit for Fort Worth try and kick an onside kick, and indeed they will. Billy Rose trying to get the crowd back into it with maybe a successful recovery. High bobbling kick is recovered by Baltimore, and with 2 minutes 14 seconds to go, we'll probably see a couple of runs, maybe a kneel down, but that should pretty much do it here from Texas.
Yeah, great game overall by this Baltimore squad. Defending champs coming into Fort Worth, facing the Toros for the first time, and pretty much able to have their way with them offensively, able to come away with a big win here in this ballgame.
Handoff up the middle, and it's going to be Damon Morehouse who gets the call. Backup halfback as the backups are in. Backup quarterback is Adam Jefferson.
Yeah, just taking a look at that other. Well, I'll tell you that on the other side of this break.
2-minute warning. Final 2 minutes of regulation here in the fourth quarter. Baltimore 37, Fort Worth 10. This is the SFL, presented by APM Music.
And just looking at that. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry about that, Nate. Thanks for joining us from Fort Worth, Texas. I'm Tyler Falk. He's Nate Hall. You go ahead, Nate.
I was going to say, looking at that other score line from the other game, looks like Vancouver able to pull that one out by 2 scores, so they'll move on to 3-0.
Pressure coming as the backup quarterback was able to struggle out of that tackle. Jefferson. And oh no! Adam Jefferson is down, and so we will see Jack Wigmore retake to the field after the backup quarterback is going to have to go and get checked out.
It doesn't look like the head coach of Baltimore is very happy about that. Makes you wonder why they even tried to pass that in the first place, but big hit there by number 95 for Fort Worth. That is going to be Jabril Kearse, the rookie, coming with a big hit on that quarterback, and that backup is out of this game.
So back onto the field comes Jack Wigmore. He's going to play with a bunch of the second string guys, and he's going to go back to throw. Deep ball near side is caught! Daly Holder, touchdown, and Baltimore is going to run up the score!
Wow. What a play. What a play by Jack Wigmore coming in for his injured quarterback, able to throw a rainbow pass over on that right side to Daly Holder. All 3 top receivers now have a score on the score sheet today. And like you said, running away with this ball game late. Over 40 points now on the scoreboard.
What a series of unfortunate events, and with the regular holder, Adam Jefferson, out of the ball game, we'll see Sam Shepard on to hold for Shark Tarkington for the first time. Snap spot, and Shepard does his duty, and the kick is up and good. 44-10, a 34-point margin between the two clubs here in their first ever meeting.
What a game for Baltimore, just able to run their offense at will. Just too much for Fort Worth defense to overcome. All around great ball game, and not only their offense but their defense as well, able to shut down this rookie quarterback Reno, not letting him get any kind of groove until late in this one.
Stevens now on the return. He's taken down at the 26-yard line, and so a 2-minute drill drive in the works. You can never be too prepared for these, and especially with how lofty the score is. Now, you can probably pretty much try anything on offense to try and generate some production.
Yeah, you're looking for any kind of positive now on this last drive by Reno.
3 wideouts, 2 backs in the backfield, and a nickel look here for Baltimore. Handoff up the middle. It's going to be a gain of about 6 for Jason Williams, as they are going to remain in the hurry-up probably to finish out this ball game. And up again. Through the middle is Williams. He gains a couple yards shorter than his first carry on the drive. 3rd and 2. Do they go to the run for a 3rd straight play? They will. Williams through the middle, through his blockers, and across the sticks for a first down on their own 39.
Looks like they're stuck in a run play.
They might be. Williams through the middle, picks up 6 as they go back to the line. Not electing to call a timeout and switch up the formation. This might be the only play in this formation. Handoff Williams through the middle, tries to spin, gets the first down as the clock continues to run. Under 55 seconds left to go in regulation.
Nice hurdle by Williams.
Williams again through the middle. Picks up 5 again. Under 40 seconds now on 2nd down. Williams through the middle. Finding his way for 4 yards, and now finally Fort Worth call a timeout.
Yeah, maybe they try to get out of this running play formation that they've been in ever since the start of this drive. They're only down to the 40, but they're at a 3rd and 1. I think they're trying to score here for sure before the end of the game runs out. But that running play just wasn't doing it for him so far.
Over a minute of game time taken up by 7 straight runs from Williams. Reno to throw. Over the middle, tipped, incomplete. Defense was very good, knocking that football away. Parker Shaw, the backup middle linebacker, got his hand to it.
Dangerous pass over the middle by Reno. Luckily, that one wasn't picked off because that was dangerously close to being picked off by Parker Shaw. But fighting to live another down there on that play. Looks like he was going for 89. Backup wide receiver Rob Jones on that one, but incomplete.
Depending on what happens here, Nate, we might not get a post-game show, so let's start talking about how this game fared for both teams. We're approaching the end of the football game. Reno back to pass here on this 4th down over the middle. It is deflected, incomplete, and that will be your ball game. 44-10 will be the final score, as we'll see Baltimore go ahead and take a few knees to finish out this football game. But Nate, let's go over to you. Your thoughts on Fort Worth versus Baltimore tonight.
Well, like we said, it was the first meeting between these two ball clubs. Baltimore just proving to be too much for this Fort Worth team. Coming into this game, I felt like this Fort Worth team might have been able to keep it a little bit closer. Reno is a dynamic rookie quarterback in his own right, just unable to get anything going though in this ball game. Baltimore's defense came up with stop after stop on the running back Williams. Williams only finishes this ball game. Well, he did get over 100 yards rushing, 110 yards, but a couple of those runs were on long runs downfield. But most of the game, Williams was bottled up. Multiple tackle for losses by this Baltimore defense. Just an all-around great effort by this Baltimore Ball Club.
Let's talk about Wigmore on the other side of the football. He found pretty much every single wide receiver, Irvin, Holder, and Shima, all getting receiving touchdowns today, and 4 out of the 5 4 true wide receivers, that including the tight ends in this case, all have 5 or more receptions. So Wigmore was able to spread the ball out evenly amongst his favorite targets.
Yeah, with the exception of Michael Sudduth, I think he only came out with 2 or 3 receptions this ball game. But yeah, he did get it spread around to his all of his starting receivers and tight ends. Able to, he threw for 395 yards, 69% completion. He didn't throw a single pick though in this ball game. He was very efficient with the ball. Was very careful of not turning the ball over. Threw for 3 touchdowns, again, 1 each by his starting wide receivers, and just a great overall game by Wigmore.
Final score is 44-10 here from Fort Worth, Texas. Nate, real quick, who's your player of the game?
My player of the game in this ball game, it would have to be Jack Wigmore. Just to re-go over his stats here, 395 through the air, 10.1 average, 69% completion rate, 3 touchdowns, no picks, a 127.6 QBR. That's got to be your player of the game.
Let's take a look at defense again. Only 1 mistake in the ball game for either side. Reno did throw that pick to Giovanni Bolt over the middle, and that's pretty much where we'll leave it as a whole. It's a great defensive effort for Baltimore. Fort Worth could not crack the code against Baltimore, and I have to agree, Jack Wigmore is more than likely your player of the game on offense and throughout this entire football game. Pretty much say it was a true team defensive effort which led to this victory for Baltimore. And we got more action coming your way later tonight. As we mentioned, Lone Star is going to go ahead and play DC in Lone Star right here in Texas. Sioux Falls will be at home versus Denver to round out the nightcap. And of course, we got more action coming your way tomorrow with a whole host of games, including Queen City, Houston, Portland and Charleston, and Los Angeles and San Diego amongst the 6 on Sunday's slate. Well, Jack Wigmore looks to be the favorite for both myself and Nate. What do you guys think in chat? We want to hear from you. What did you guys think of this football game? It was a 34-point margin of victory tonight for Baltimore as they defeat Fort Worth 44-10. Shark Tarkenton 3 of 3. Amelia Rose 1 of 1, so both kickers remain perfect on the day. As we take just a little bit longer look at the highlights tonight for the Toros. And Nate, final thoughts on tonight, and how do you think your Glory is going to do?
Well, it's going to be another glorious victory for Lone Star. We've got DC coming in to Denton, Texas. We're going to, we treat DC well when it comes to Texas food and such as the pregame and the week leading up to it. But when it comes to game time, we'll take care of business.
298 yards all told for Jack Wigmore and 3 touchdowns, a nice QBR of a 127.9. He is in fact the league leader in that category. So for Nate Hall, Justin Reside, Stephen Hacker, and Cameron Irvine, I've been Tyler Falk. So long from Fort Worth. Until next time, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.